Hello and welcome to another live English lesson. So, first of all, can you hear me? Do you have any problem in hearing me? Can you hear me? Okay, so you can hear me. Yes, okay. Here we have newcomers. You are too late. Too late. Osama, can you, or Yusuf, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Yusuf? Okay, it's okay. Now, if you can hear me, you can watch the lesson afterwards. But please, when we start the lesson, make sure to click on the bubble that you see just above the uh, mic uh, icon, and after that you can hear me very well, unless there is a problem in the connection, in your connection or in my connection. So, however, welcome again to today's live English lesson. Last time I told you to do a homework. We studied lesson 3, right? We studied, in fact, the previous one. We did some exercises and we quickly read what is there in lesson 3 on page 64 of your student's book. I told you as a homework to write a story about the working day of Mazen, who is a firefighter, right? I told you to use the pictures and the captions you find on page 64 to write this short story about his working day. So some of you did the homework, many of you, most of you did not, unfortunately. So you know that homeworks, you should do your homework because you get marks for doing the homework and you lose marks for not doing your homeworks. So please pay attention. Now, today let us study lesson 3. Lesson 3 is all about Mazen, who is a firefighter. It is about a day in the life of a firefighter. This is the title of the lesson. And it says, firefighter Mazen talked about a day in his life. He began like this. When I arrived at the fire station yesterday morning, I told you to complete the sentence. Some of you did yesterday, others did not. Most of you were sleeping, unfortunately. And that's why I told you to write a short story. So now quickly, can you tell me anything about the story that you um, wrote about Mazen, who is a firefighter? You cannot? Unfortunately. Alas. Okay. Thank you, Dima, for your story. Thank you. So I'm going to read Dima's story. Thank you so much, Dima, for your story. You'll get a mark for this. As usual, at the beginning of the day, the day of the firefighters, Mazen was inspecting his equipment to make sure that he was ready to start helping people and extinguish the fire. At 10 in the morning, a man called and told him that the store was burning, that people are still inside. Quickly come up. prepared firefighters and went quickly, so they arrived at 10 o'clock and 5 minutes, and the fire was spreading in the houses near the store. Then they started extinguishing the fire inside the store and in the neighboring houses. After they finished extinguishing the fire, they called an ambulance, to save the lives of the people who were in the store. This was the beginning of the day of Mazen as a firefighter. Thank you, Dima, for your nice short story. Now, let us move to the activity book on page what? Page 81. This is the story of Mazen's day, but the sentences are in the wrong order. Work out the correct order. Now I am going to read it. I want you to read it with me and let us see which one is first and which one is next and so on, okay? So I'm going to read these sentences, which are taken from Mazen's story. A day in the life of firefighter. Who is Mazen? So, but first of all, I want to make sure that you can hear me. You can hear me well, right? There's no troubles in the connection. That's right. So, when I arrived at the fire station yesterday morning, I checked my equipment as usual. We had our first call at 10 o'clock. I will read it, all of it, without, without any order. When we got there, the fire was burning strongly. B. 20 minutes later, the fire was out and we were able to go into the building. C. We saved all the people, but some had to go to the hospital. D. We drove through the streets as fast as possible. E. We got out our hoses and pointed them at the building. F. The heat was terrible and some people were trapped inside. We had to get them out quickly. G. We were told there was a fire in a supermarket in the middle of town. H. However, the driver of the other car was trapped. I. Fortunately, the driver of the burning car was standing by the side of the road. J. At 2 o'clock, let me show you. Okay, that's better. J. At 2 o'clock, we were called to an accident on the ring road. K. The police helped us get there very fast. L. He was badly injured. M. One car was on fire and another was upside down on the road. N. We put the fire out quickly and got the second driver out. So I will do the first one and you will have to do the other ones. Let me end the story first. At the end of the day, I was tired and upset about the accident, but it's all in a day's work for a firefighter. We do our best. Now, for the newcomers, these are sentences taken from the story of Mazen as a firefighter, a day in his life as a firefighter. You have to put them in order, in the right order. So I would say the first one is G. So it becomes, when I arrived at the fire station yesterday morning, I checked my equipment as usual. We had our first call at 10 o'clock. We were told there was a fire. We were told there was a fire in a supermarket in the middle of town. No. Number two is, what do you say? Number two is, which one should be number two? G is number one, okay? Number two, do not sleep, please. Sidra Omar says D is number two. Okay. Zainab says it's D. Okay, let's say it's D. So number three is, you say number three is A. Okay. And the other one, the next one is, the fourth one is F. Okay. Number five. What about number five? Number five, you say it's C. Okay. Number six, number six, number six is B. Okay. Number seven, number seven, quickly. C again. You have chosen C for five. So now seven. Which one is seven? Okay, so you say E is five and seven is C. Okay, number eight. Number eight. What about number eight? Quickly. J. I will take the first answer. Number 8, J. Number 9. Number 9, K. Number 10. Number 10. N. Number 11. 11. I. Number 12. Number 12. H. Number 3. 13, sorry. N. And the last one, 14. The last one, L. Okay. Now I want you to listen to the story and check your answers. Let's see if you were right or wrong.
Unit 6, Lesson 3. Track 38.
You can hear it, right? You can hear it. Okay.
Listen to the story and check your answers.
When I arrived at the fire station yesterday morning, I checked my equipment as usual. We had our first call at 10 o'clock. We were told there was a fire in a supermarket in the middle of town. We drove through the streets as fast as possible. When we got there, the fire was burning strongly. The heat was terrible, and some people were trapped inside. We had to get them out quickly. We got out our hoses and pointed them at the building. 20 minutes later, the fire was out, and we were able to go into the building. We saved all the people, but some had to go to hospital. At 2 o'clock, we were called to an accident on the ring road. The police helped us get there very fast. One car was on fire and another was upside down on the road. Fortunately, the driver of the burning car was standing by the side of the road. However, the driver of the other car was trapped. We put the fire out quickly and got the second driver out. He was badly injured. At the end of the day, I was tired and upset about the accident. But it's all in a day's work for a firefighter. We do our best.
Now, have you checked your answers? Were they right or wrong? Do you want to listen to the story again? Do you want to listen to the story again? Sidra says no. What about the others? It is so clear for Sidra, for Abdussalam, sorry. What about the others? Do you want to listen to the story again? Come on, be quick. Okay, 2 no's. There are 2 no's now. Okay, so, okay, that's it. There are 3 no's. You got me. Now, what is the correct order of the sentences? Number 1, as we said, is G. Number 2 is what? Number 2 is D, right? We drove through the streets very fast, as fast as possible, sorry. And number 3 is A. When we got there, the fire was burning strongly. And number 4 is F, which is the heat was terrible and some people were trapped inside. We had to get them out quickly. And number 5 is E, which is we got out our hoses and pointed them at the building. Number 6 is B. 20 minutes later, the fire was out and we were able to go into the building. Number 7 is C, which is we saved all the people, but some had to go to hospital. Number 8 is what? Is J, which is, there is J. At 2 o'clock, we were called to an accident on the ring road. Number 9 is K, which is the police helped us get there very fast. And number 10 is M, and I don't need to read them, right? Number 11 is I. Number 12 is H. Number 13 is N. And number 14 is what? Is L. And that's it for this exercise. Now let us move to the other exercise, which is exercise C. Choose the correct meaning of these words. Number 1, equipment. What is meant by equipment? Is it A, things needed for a job, B, where firefighters work, or C, clothes? What is an equipment? So there is a vote, and many of you say it's A. So equipment means things needed for a job. Pay attention that these information are very important that you can find in the exam. So equipment means things needed for a job. Number 2, trapped. This is now equipment is a noun. Trapped is an adjective taken from, in fact, that the word trapped is the third form of a verb, right? So trapped is or means A, very hot, 2, very frightened, or 3, not able to get out, or C, for example. Sorry, it is C, which is, trapped means not able to get out. So what is meant by very frightened? Give me a word which means very frightened. Very frightened. Very frightened. Scared. Scared. Abdussalam. Scary means when I say this thing is scary, it means that it makes people scared. So here, very frightened, very frightened, it means scared and not scary. It's clear, right? Yes. Now number 3, upside down. A, burning, B, the wrong way up, or C, old. Upside down means the wrong way up. Yes, B. It is B. And you know what is meant by old? Give me another word for old. Can you give me another word which means very old? Very old. It begins with A. You have 5 seconds. 5, 4. Yes, exactly, Yusuf. You are the best. Thank you. So now let us move to lesson what? Lesson 4 on your student's book. Before that, unfortunately, lesson 4, now we cannot study or we cannot do these games unless we are in a real classroom. So before that, I want you to watch this video of a day in the life of a firefighter. Let us check this video and the other one, and after that, I will play a game with you concerning jobs, okay? So let us see and watch this day in the life of a firefighter.
Calcer Fire, respond to structure fire 211 North B. 211 North B is in Bravo.
Everybody asks me why we run into a burning building while they run out. The real answer is this is not a job, this is a calling. A lot of people think that we're heroes, but we're not heroes. We do this because we love our job, we love helping people. A lot of people don't understand that 90% of our job is running EMS calls and making patient contacts with people every day. We only run about 10% fires. So when you see that red fire engine running down the street with lights and sirens, it doesn't always mean we're going to a fire. Most of the time we could just be going to a medical or a car wreck. A day in the life of a firefighter. We start our shift as firefighters at 7 a.m. and work a full 24-hour shift. Our station duties while we come in is we check with the shift coming off and see if they have anything that they need to tell us. The first thing we do in the morning is we check off our engines and our brush truck. McAllister currently has 4 fire departments. Currently I am stationed at Station 1. When we do catch a fire, we do get excited. We put our gear on as fast as we can. We run out the door. The first thing we can think is we want to save people's life and property. At the fire department, we pride ourselves on keeping our stuff clean, keeping our equipment clean, and keeping a good public image. A lot of our job deals with doing public relations. We go to schools and teach them about fire prevention. We also do a bunch of parades. We get out in the community, and we love the community. We work in this community. The community likes seeing us, so we do our best to pride ourselves on being the best men we can be. In the fire service, we live at this station. We form a brotherhood with the guys we work and live with. We're here with them for 24 hours a day and a third of the year. We work 24 hours on, 48 hours off. So the guys here are just like our brothers. We trust them, they trust us. We cook dinner together, we stay together. We all have a big bunk area where we stay. So this is a brotherhood. We love this, and it's our job.
Firefighter now, all stations respond. 211 North B.
My name is Tyler Meyer. I'm a firefighter with McAllister Fire Department.
So that was a short video about a day in the life of a firefighter. Now, let me show you, or before that, I want to just tell you that we will again lose the connection in about 10 minutes. If we lose it, please come back, okay? So now you can hear me, right? You can hear me. Oh, okay. Concerning firefighter, do you think that firefighters are all about extinguishing fire, just like you said in your story, or do you think that they do other things? Do you think that they do other things? What do they do? Try to think of it. And let us watch this report about firefighters and see what they are doing.
They run into burning buildings, pry injured people from damaged cars. They could even help restart your heart.
Fighting fires is only part of the job for the men and women of Toronto Fire Services. Today, Chelsea Agro strapped on the 60-plus pounds of gear they wear to get a first-hand experience.
High heat and heavy hoses, from tall buildings to tight, smoke-filled spaces. There isn't anywhere you won't find Toronto firefighters.
It's basically anything that comes up that another service isn't going to do, we're there to look after. Good. Perfect.
Long before the work begins, you have to suit up.
This is the fun part, okay?
Your breathing apparatus is the most important piece of equipment.
The whole ensemble, you're looking at about close to 60 pounds.
Really? This fast?
Yeah.
First, we need a lesson in life-saving. Continuous compressions are now the norm when it comes to CPR.
One of the young lads missed, and he ended up coming down on a wrought iron fence.
We also meet the impalement unit that specializes in unusual rescues following unfortunate accidents.
They call it the thinking truck.
The thinking truck?
The thinking truck.
The hazmat unit is one of the city's most specialized. Just last week, they visited a Scotiabank exec who opened an envelope.
Inside there was nothing except for white powder.
Outside, our first exercise is an extraction.
This is called the spreader, called the Jaws of Life is the nickname.
Powerful tools these crews use regularly on our roads. Going into burning buildings is also routine. Crawling in the dark and coming across flames is commonplace. Firefighting, we learn, is a team sport. Taking down this tanker fire takes time. So does sorting out how to handle the hose and its nozzle. Hot blazes like this car fire are all about technique. Spraying first from afar, then zeroing in on the engine to knock it down.
This is pretty high. Well, it's all relative, I guess.
7 stories up, aerial operator Jeff Richardson feels right at home.
It can go up and down so we can go over wires and get into places.
A window into a hard day's work, which is a way of life for a very select few. Charles Siagro, CBC News, Toronto.
Now, we have watched 2 videos. The first one was about the life in a working day, in the life of a firefighter. The other one was a report about firefighters in general and what they do and how they train themselves. And now you know everything about this job. And let's move to lesson 4. As I said, we cannot do lesson 4 unless we are in a real classroom. So instead, we will play a game in which I will show you something and you will guess the job, okay? But I think that first we have to end this meeting and get back again because we will lose the connection anyway. Just give me your names before we end this lesson in case you cannot join again. So give me your names, please, quickly. Okay. Okay. Who else? So you are Abdulsalam, Dima, Yusuf, Zainab, Omar, and Hassan. So see you in a minute. Welcome back. Now let us play this game. I will show you something and I want you to guess the job. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. So let's play a game. What do you want to be? I want to be Where is this? What is this job? Or what can you see? Can you guess? Can you guess the job here? Abdulsalam says firefighters. What do you think? What do you think? Let us see. Yes, exactly. Firefighter. What do you want to be? I want to be. Where is this? Or where is this job? What is this job? What do you think? First, what do you see in this picture? And what is the job? Pilot. Okay, let's see if you are right. Yes, exactly. And the job is pilot. Fly the plane. What do you want to be? is this? What do you think? What do you think this job is? This is a what? Abdul Salam says a doctor. All of you say a doctor. Yes, exactly. So this is a doctor. The other one. What do you want to be? Where is this? You cannot guess. Where is this? What is this? Where is this job, I mean? And who is this? Are you sure? Is this a tennis player? He has athletic? No. Police? Come on. Is this a policeman? What do you mean by lower? Where is this? Or who is this? And where is this job? A singer! He has a mic in his hand, right? I know, because it's all in black and white, so it's not easy to guess where is this job. This is a singer. Other one, what do you want to be? I want to be. Not guess that. Where is this? Can you guess the job? Okay, police what? Policeman. Yes, he's a policeman. And policewoman. Police officer. Right? And what is this? Something that you girls unfortunately hate. I mean you, the group that I know, that I teach. What is this? Cooker, you mean? Is there another word? It's either a cook or a... It is cook, not cooker. Cook or chef, right? I'm so hungry now. The other one, what do you want to be? I want to be What do you think? Yes, exactly. Teacher. Don't you miss your classroom? You remember when we were planning to make our classroom just like this with such stickers? Unfortunately, we couldn't do it. Abdullah says student. Abdullah, student is not a job, but we are speaking about jobs, and here we are speaking about teachers. Teacher. Teacher, right? Now, thank you for playing this game. Let us play another game. Do you want to play another game? Do you want to play another game or not? Read the text and guess the job. We'll check the answer after the text is shown. Now, job 1. I have a uniform. I don't work at a school. I don't earn a lot of money. I work in a hospital. I am not a doctor. What is my job? Try to guess. Let me see. Yes, exactly. Very good. The nurse. Job 2. He doesn't work in a school. He doesn't help students. He helps drivers. He doesn't wear a uniform. He works in a garage. He repairs cars. What is his job? She doesn't wear a uniform. She works in an office. She uses numbers all the time. She doesn't work in a bank. She helps people with financial things. That's her job. An accountant also works in an office. As you read, he uses or she uses numbers all the time. So you know what is meant by accountant in Arabic? Can anyone know or tell me what is meant by accountant in Arabic? What is meant by account? Account and accountant. Come on, so easy. Yes, exactly. And now, Sidra, what was your question? Quickly, Sidra, what was your question? Before going on in our game. Yes, you can say businesswoman, but sometimes when you say businesswoman, it means that she owns something. She has her own job. But if we say accountant or an office manager, she works in this for this facility. But when we say businesswoman, just like a businessman, she has something. Number 4. You know what I mean, Sidra, right? When we say businesswoman, it means that she owns her own job. Okay. So number 4, he doesn't live in a city. He doesn't work in an office. He works in a field. He drives a tractor. He has horses, cows, and hens. He makes food. What is his job? Let's see. Farmer, yes, exactly. Number 5, I don't go to school. I don't work in an office. I train every day. I play football. I play for FC Barcelona. What's my job? Footballer, yes, exactly. 6, he doesn't work in a school. He doesn't get up at 5 a.m. He wears a uniform. He works in a kitchen. He cooks for people. What is his job? We have just mentioned such a thing, right? Now, pay attention that all of these are explanations of these jobs. Cook or chef, you can say that. Cook or chef. Number 7, she doesn't wear a uniform. She doesn't work in an office. She helps people. She works in a shop. She sells food. What is her job? Let us see. Shop assistant, yes. Very good. Number 8, he travels a lot. He doesn't work in an office. He takes you to school every day. He doesn't drive a train. He wears a uniform. He drives a bus. He drives a bus, Abdussalam. What is his job? Now, maybe we don't have this job here, right? Bus driver, yes, exactly. Now, these were some games. Instead of the games of lesson 4. Thank you so much for being so active today and for your participation in the lecture. Thank you for joining the lecture. We have reached the end. So now let us do, before we end this lesson, let us do the other exercise on your activity book, which is exercise 4, exercise of lesson 4 on page 82. Match the descriptions to the jobs. Number 1, I help people. I work in a hospital. So it is a doctor, right? Sorry everyone, I lost the connection. Can you hear me now? Okay, let's do it quickly. So we said number 1 is D, which is a doctor. Now number 2, my job is dangerous. I wear a uniform. So this is what? This is B, or sorry, C, firefighter. Number 3, I wear a uniform. I work outside. Number 3 is B, which is a policeman. And the last one, I don't work in an office. I work at the airport. Of course, this is a pilot. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining this lesson. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Okay, so next time, inshallah, we will study lesson 5 And I will also upload a PDF file as a homework for you, descriptions of certain jobs, and some of them that you didn't study. So that's it. Your homework is Unit 6, Lesson 5, and the PDF file that I will upload to your Google Classroom. Thank you so much for joining this lesson, and see you next time. Have a lovely weekend.